YouTube.
On
What's up,
YouTube.
everybody? On YouTube, we wanted to go live and talk about something that's really late breaking news, and it just kind of happened. We just caught wind of it. We didn't see any information out there about this yet, too. So here we are. Chris, Brad, take it away, man. Let's talk about this because it's super important.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So, we all know, I mean, we've been texting in the real estate industry for the last like 4 years. A lot of people have been doing it for a lot longer than that, and there's been this raging debate as to, is texting going to get shut down permanently, or is it going to be a method that you can continue marketing with moving forward, and we've always been kind of in the middle. If you're doing mass text blasting, it's going to eventually get shut down. But if you're being more TCPA compliant, one text at a time type of thing, then it's going to last quite a bit longer, and might not get shut down. But there's definitely been some breaking news in the industry. What was a giant in the SMS space
right?
is no longer a giant and has been shut down due to TCPA compliance issues. So wanted to be the first to break that news, and we actually have an email that we got access to directly from the founder and creator of this service. So
Well, they already know what it is. It's in the title, right? So we don't got to be quiet about it being Lead Sherpa. You guys already know one of the OGs in the space. It's like, you talk about texting, years ago, that's what everybody was using. That's probably what a lot of people got started on. And like you said, Chris, you got to stay compliant. These carriers are almost changing their algorithms and protections for their consumers weekly. If you aren't, up on your protection and TCPA compliance, this is what happens.
Yeah,
100%.
We did use it from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
When it first came out, for skip tracing and all that stuff. And then we switched at some point to batch skip tracing, batch lead stacker and batch text marketing. And then they changed it from IO to just batch leads. But now we're using launch control. And as much as we have, and we used a couple other in between there, just so you know, but just as much as we've been kind of grinding our teeth saying like, man, I hate all these changes that are happening, like many investors, Launch Control was doing even more changes, and it was to get ahead of the stuff that ultimately resulted in what we're talking about right now. Chris, I don't know how much of that email you want to share open.
Yeah, 100%, Christian. You're right. I mean, it was frustrating going through the process with Launch Control, obviously, because it's like, change is always frustrating, right? And so, especially with a system that you're using and you have a dialed in process, it can be very frustrating when things are changing and changing more rapidly than what the compliance stuff is changing. But now seeing what we're seeing now, it's like, man, thank God we were using Launch Control all this time. And people have asked me, and people have been constantly trying to recruit me to other platforms, different go high level platforms, build outs that are doing texting using Twilio and other things. And, I've always kind of been like, yeah, but we like Launch Control. We've never had issues with Launch Control, and I've heard issues with all these other things. So anyway, I'll share a couple things. So first thing first, we heard about this today. So, we tried to do research online. We couldn't find anything. We got word of this from somebody who is really high up in the SMS platform and TCPA compliance space. And when I heard it, I was like, okay, I know Lead Sherpa was kind of going, down a path that, I kind of expected something to happen. So it's not like a super shock, but I couldn't find any information out on it. And so I went to, the horse's mouth, right? I went directly to Lead Sherpa, and I'll share my screen here real quick. And the first thing I noticed was when I go to Lead Sherpa's website here at the top, they have a banner. We are currently updating our SMS integrations and not accepting new users. Please check back for future updates. Now, at face value, that's kind of innocuous, right? It's like, oh yeah, maybe they're just editing some things, changing some things. The reality is, if that was the case, you're going to continue to onboard new clients and just let them know that there might be a protracted onboarding process, right? Well, I went back to the person, who revealed this information to me, and what I went ahead and did, and I was able to track down an email directly from the founder of Lead Sherpa. And here is the extent of the email, guys. So I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but there's a bunch of key important parts here. So Jason Nickel, obviously, he is the founder of Lead Sherpa. Messaging block update. So last Wednesday, we encountered a system-wide carrier block. We've now confirmed that our primary telecommunications service provider has chosen to terminate its relationship with Lead Sherpa. That is a freaking massive statement. And when you couple that with what's being posted on their website, the writing is on the website, so to speak, not just the wall, guys. So, and here I'll share for those of you on my Instagram, you can see, here's that email. I'll put a link to our YouTube. You can check this out. We'll also put links to everything so you guys can see this as well. But guys, this is a big, big deal. If you guys are using, and Jason Nickel in his email, he said, we recognized early on that the texting space in REI had a limited lifespan due to stringent regulatory requirements that were coming up and thresholds set by carriers. And now they are suffering the brunt of that. And at the end of the day, it's because they didn't get ahead of this. They were behind on this. And so they chose to take the slow route. And again, it's just one more reason why we're thankful that we've been using Launch Control. And Launch Control is not the only platform out there, guys. So if you are a current Lead Sherpa client using their SMS and you're looking for a new platform to use, I would highly encourage you to use Launch Control. But there are other platforms out there. But essentially, I mean, in this email, it's what does it mean for you? They're issuing refunds, they're canceling people's accounts, everything's getting shut down. They're still going to be able to do skip tracing and other things, but as far as the texting is concerned, this is all getting shut down. And so you cannot text with Lead Sherpa. Hey, Alvarez, what's up, bro? Got you live on the Instagram.
I think it's important to highlight their timeline, because they do say, we'll make sure to say both sides. Like they do say, hey, we may be able to get it back up, right? But if that was the case, one very big if that's the case and they can get back started texting, it will not be any sooner than 6 months. Or I'm sorry, 6 weeks.
Right.
6 weeks. Yeah.
However, it's important. You got to look at this, though. It says we are investigating options to restore service, but we are determining whether it is still possible to fulfill this mission. Exactly. I know as a business owner, and many of you who are watching as business owners, if you're saying that, whether to yourself as a solopreneur or to your business partners among each other in a meeting, or to anybody, much less clients of yours that you're fulfilling, like anything for, right? You're probably in a point in your business right now where things are not going to be restored. And that's opinion, okay? Op-ed here. But I had to point that out because as soon as I heard Chris read that before we jumped on this live to share this with you guys, I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, any good business owner knows, like, to be the ship captain, right? You have to exercise positivity, right? You have to exercise a forward trajectory. You can't look back. There's no rear view mirror in entrepreneurialism. It's go forward. You learn from your mistakes, but you focus on forward progress. And when a business owner is saying that they're just going to see if the options to bring it back is even possible, that's not a great sign. So if you're currently with Lead Sherpa, you should be pulling the ejection seat and finding another resource. They actually say as much so in point 2. Let's see here. You will still be able to view unread messages while your subscription is active, and we encourage you to engage those customers outside of Lead Sherpa. So they're encouraging you to take that data and migrate it elsewhere. And my encouragement would be to take that to Launch Control. Again, we have never in the 4 years, we have 4 of our own accounts that are pro level accounts. We send out 4 million text messages a year. And then we also text on behalf of all of our marketing clients nationwide that we do marketing for. And we have never had any disruptions in our service across all of that. So as far as volume of texting, I don't know anybody that does a greater volume of texting than we do collectively for us and our clients. And we've never been shut down with Launch Control. So if you want to get started with Launch Control, there's going to be a link in the description below that you can click to get signed up. And Brad, why don't you tell them what we're going to do for all of those people that, want to migrate over to Launch Control to help them out so that they can, not see an interruption in their texting and their lead flow, and they can just get started and basically turn the engine on and get going.
Yeah, absolutely. And also to the point where I misspoke and said 6 months. I mean, 6 weeks, it might as well be 6 years when it comes to marketing in real estate. I mean, we know 24 hours is an eternity.
Absolutely.
You want to get a contract while they're on the phone. So, I mean, that's to me is an eternity. So,
oh yeah,
for anyone that is looking for a TCPA compliant, protected texting service, Launch Control, no doubt, is the way to go. Like Chris said, there are other ways to go. Launch Control isn't our company, but we use it and we pitch it. And you guys, if you've seen us on the YouTube channel, that's what we use. We use that to get most of our deals. And we do a high volume of that. So if you guys want to get on the exact build out that we have, we do offer what we call our marketing launch accelerator package. It's for investors who are doing any type of text message marketing using Launch Control. We'll actually clone our system and put our build out into your hands from day one. So not only can you get on using our affiliate link, but you can also get our build out, and we'll do that for you at 70% off for those that are coming over from Lead Sherpa. So you guys can get started day one right out of the gate with a fully functional built out system with all of our initial text templates, all of our follow-up sequences, all of our drip automations, and all of our categorized quick replies built out for you. So you can get started from day one, just hit the ground running.
Absolutely. Guys, this is not something we've ever done. We're not the type to, we're not Chicken Littles. We're not out here talking about the sky is falling. Like we generally are pretty modest in what it is that we view with regards to what the market might be doing, crazy changes, things of that sort. But at the end of the day, this is directly from the owner and founder of Lead Sherpa and, at Real Estate Investing Made Easy. When something like this comes out, or we get access to something like this, we really think that it is important for our audience to know, because many of you are operating your marketing on a shoestring budget or a really tight budget. And something like this, if not tackled immediately right out of the gate, it could be the difference between you growing and scaling your business and shutting your doors for good. And so, we think it's absolutely important for you guys to have this information and be able to make an informed decision as what you're going to do with your texting and your lead generation moving forward. So,
and another thing to point out, obviously we talked about Lead Sherpa not taking the steps, doing how they were conducting business obviously led to this. Launch Control, taking steps, taking action, whether or not it was uncomfortable for them and for their clients, it was done to protect their clients and keep them safe from any type of legality and from getting shut down, obviously protecting their investment. And so in the same way that
protect their users.
Yeah. In the same way that Launch Control took steps prior to anything happening, we would highly encourage you guys, now that we know this is happening, to take steps in your own business to protect yourselves from any further harm or damage to your business moving forward. So, you know, whether or not it's launch control, we would prefer or recommend because of the protections you have, so this doesn't happen again. You know, that you guys take steps now, take action now, so you guys are protected.
Alternatively, there's another platform that's good as well, Smarter Contact. So for those of you guys who just joined my Instagram live, we're going live on YouTube. Lead Sherpa, there's a leaked email from the founder of Lead Sherpa where they actually got shut down by their telecommunications service provider. They are no longer offering SMS texting for their users. People are getting refunds. They're shutting down accounts. And, you know, this is something that you guys, we wanted to be ahead of for people. So we're sharing that information. You guys definitely want to migrate over to a different account, but we know what it's like trying to switch over CRMs or texting platforms or any of these different platforms that you might be using on a day-to-day in your business. We know it's tough and there's challenges and you got a lot of other things on your plate, which is why we wanted to go ahead and offer our services to basically take whatever it is, whatever account, even if it's not launch control, we can help you build out your account in, you know, whether it's Smarter Contact, whether it's REI Reply, any other platform, we can get you set up with templates, drip campaigns, quick replies, and all of that. And we're going to be offering that as of right now. What are we doing, Brad? 70% off?
70?
Yeah, it's 70% off. So it's something that we did before as a promotional, but really this is the season has come that this is a necessity for a lot of investors who are on a platform, regardless of what anyone previously thought about Lead Sherpa. It's not an issue anymore because, you know, the 99% chance, the word on the street, right, is you're going to be migrating, and it's called the Marketing Launch Accelerator. What he's talking about is that package, a light version of that package is a done for you setup. It's 8 top performing message templates, 4 custom follow-up message templates. By the way, that includes all the messages in it, and 8 top performing drip campaigns, 18 specific quick replies to save you time. And you'll also get, because we want to connect with you, we definitely want to squad up and see how else we can add value. A 30-minute one-on-one with our team, with Brad, with me. We definitely want to interface with you, as well as a KPI tracker that a la carte we sell for $997 like all the time. This KPI tracker, no matter what text marketing platform you're using, is the only one I'd recommend, because none of them, including Launch Control, sorry to say, even though we like Launch Control, it's their KPI tracker is just not, it's just not good enough for us. I hate to sound so snooty, but that's just the truth. Anyway, so all of that is 70% off the normal price of $1,300. So we'll get a code. You guys just email us, team@reime.us, with a screenshot that you activated it. And you know, your new account or whatever, and we'll get it at $325. So it's $325 to set that up, and then we'll squad up, make some magic.
Christian spoke really fast. It's team@reime.us. Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Awesome, guys.
The only other thing that I wanted to say, Chris, you mentioned Launch Control, and then you mentioned the alternative, Smarter Contact. Just so you know, like text message marketing, as it pertains to what we do, there can't be another platform that we use, because we'd pay more even if per month it was less. The same thing applies for you watching this video. If you're doing the 4 million text messages a year, don't go with anything other than Launch Control. This is not even just a recommendation, it's a warning, because you'll pay way more. But if you're like, nah, man, I want to reach out to 2,000 people a month, right? Just 2, then it might make sense for you to use Smarter Contact. Plus, I actually know a couple of people within Smarter Contact, really great guys, really great team, in addition to the fact that they are competitors of Launch Control. It's like Chevy versus Ford. In my personal opinion, if you really, really want a car with some muscle, you got to go for Chevy, okay? If you want something that's going to get you from point A to point B, then okay, go with Ford. That's fine. And you're welcome to disagree. Comment below. Anyway, that's the difference between those two that I wanted to underscore. But awesome.
Close
guys-
with Lily. I just put the email in the chat there for you as well. So yeah, hit us up.
Awesome. Cool. We're also live on other platforms as well. So that was
Instagram, my Instagram, Brad's Instagram.
I forgot to go live on my Instagram.
Oh, Christian.
Okay, we're still working you into the 21st century.
I like to think of it as I'm being groomed into and finessed into being an expert social media guru.
Absolutely.
Although maybe we use a different term than guru because we're gurus.
Doo-doos, what?
No, gurus, bro. Ah, now you ruined it.
All right, cool. Well,
Thanks, MB. By
I gotta
the way,
take off, but appreciate you guys for following, staying tuned. We'll keep you in the loop as we hear new breaking information on this and keep you guys up to date.
all right. See y'all later.